Have you ever looked in the mirror, feeling like something just isn't quite right, but you can't put your finger on it? You're not tired, you're not sick, but your reflection doesn't seem to match the energy you still feel inside. I hear this all the time from women over 60. And do you know the real reason why? It's not wrinkles, it's not gray hair, it's not age, it's color. The truth is, most of us are wearing the exact same shades we wore 20 or 30 years ago, without realizing our skin tone, hair color, and even our presence have evolved. And those old colors? They might be working against us now. But here's the good news. You don't need a whole new wardrobe. You don't need expensive treatments. Sometimes all it takes is swapping out one tired color for a richer, warmer, more vibrant tone. And suddenly, you glow. Today, we're going to talk about 5 colors that may be making you look older, more tired, or washed out. And more importantly, what to wear instead to feel confident, polished, and radiant again. Because fashion after 60 isn't about hiding. It's about highlighting the best parts of who you are today. Let's get into it. Segment 1. Faded beige. The color that makes you disappear. Let's talk about a color that many of us have trusted for years. A color that's quietly hiding your beauty instead of revealing it. I'm talking about faded beige. That soft, pale neutral that's probably sitting in your closet right now. Maybe it's a blazer you've worn for decades. Maybe it's a go-to cardigan, or your favorite safe pair of pants. We choose beige because it feels reliable. It's not loud, it doesn't clash, it doesn't demand anything. And for a long time, that's what we wanted. Something that let us blend in, feel put together, and not make a scene. But here's what no one tells you. There comes a time when beige stops being elegant and starts being invisible. I want to tell you a story. Maria is 75 years old. She lives in Miami, has a big, beautiful laugh, and raised 3 kids as a single mom while working full-time. This woman is vibrant, alive, full of stories. But when I first met her, she told me she felt faded. Her closet was full of beige. Beige jackets, beige trousers, beige scarves. It wasn't intentional. It just sort of happened over time. I thought beige made me look classy, she said. But somewhere along the way, I stopped feeling seen. It wasn't until her granddaughter showed her a photo from a family gathering that it clicked. In that photo, Maria blended into the background. Same shade as the wall behind her, same tone as the couch she was sitting on. You could barely find her in the picture. Her skin looked dull. Her silver hair, which should have looked stunning, looked almost yellow against the pale color. And that's the real issue with faded beige after 60. Our skin tone changes. Our contrast softens. What once looked chic now makes us disappear. Instead of brightening us, beige can mute our natural glow. It flattens us. It makes us feel like we're vanishing. But here's the good part. The fix is easy. You don't need a whole new wardrobe. You don't need a personal stylist. You just need to swap that washed-out beige for something warmer, something richer. Think camel. Think soft mocha, almond, sand with a golden undertone. These colors still have that timeless neutral feel, but they add depth. They bring light back to your skin. They make silver hair shine. They frame your face instead of blending into it. When Maria tried on a camel-colored sweater for the first time, she looked in the mirror and gasped. Not because it was dramatic, but because for the first time in a long time, she looked like herself. Her cheeks looked warmer, her eyes brighter, and when she walked into her next family gathering, her niece leaned over and whispered, "Wow, Aunt Maria, you look amazing." That's the power of color. It's not about following trends. It's about finding tones that match who you are now. not who you were 20 years ago. So take a look in your closet. Hold that beige piece up to your face in natural daylight. Ask yourself, does this color lift me up, or does it wash me out? If it's the latter, don't feel bad. Most of us have been there. But today is a new day. You deserve to be seen, to be noticed, and to feel radiant in your own skin, starting with something as simple as a better shade of neutral. Up next, we're tackling a color that's been called slimming for decades, but might be silently working against you. Matte black. Segment 2. Matte black, the color that's not doing you any favors anymore. Let's talk about a color that's practically lived in our closets for decades. Black. I know what you're thinking. Black is timeless. Black is slimming. Black is safe. We've all heard it. Black goes with everything. When in doubt, wear black. It's the little black dress, the black turtleneck, the black slacks we've worn to every important meeting. And yes, for years, maybe decades, it probably worked. But here's what no one talks about. Black can stop working for you, especially after 60. Let me introduce you to Joanne. She's 68, retired now, but used to be a high school English teacher. Elegant, confident, a true New Yorker at heart. Her wardrobe? 90% black. It was her signature color. She used to say, "I feel powerful in black, like I'm in control." But recently, Joanne told me something that really struck me. She said, "Lately, when I wear black, I don't feel sharp. I feel heavy, like the color is wearing me." And she's not imagining it. As we age, our skin naturally loses a bit of its glow. We get more gentle undertones, softer contrasts. And black, especially matte black, can create harsh shadows that exaggerate wrinkles, pull down the face, and make us look tired even when we're not. It absorbs light rather than reflecting it, which is the exact opposite of what we want as we grow older. If you have fair skin, it can make you look ghostly. If you have deep skin, it can flatten your beautiful undertones. And if you've gone gray or silver, that stark contrast between black and your hair can actually wash out all that natural grace you've earned. But here's the great news. You don't have to abandon dark, elegant colors. You just need to shift which dark tones you lean into. Joanne discovered something magical when she tried on a deep navy blouse instead of black. Same shape, same feel. But the difference was instant. Her face looked warmer, her eyes brighter, her silver bob stood out in the best way. She told me, "I didn't realize how harsh black had been until I saw myself in navy." Other great alternatives? Charcoal gray, rich espresso brown, even a deep forest green or eggplant purple. These colors still carry that sophisticated energy, but with softness, depth, and warmth. And if you truly love black and just can't let it go, that's okay. The secret is how you wear it. Choose black with a slight sheen, like satin or silk, instead of flat cotton. Add contrast near your face. Maybe a scarf in a warm pink or soft ivory, a gold necklace, or a bright lipstick. Break it up with texture, layers, and light. Joanne still wears black now and then, but never head to toe, and never matte. She's learned to balance it. And she says, "For the first time in years, people are telling me I look well, not just put together." That's what I want for you too. Because you deserve more than put together. You deserve radiant. Coming up, we're going to talk about a color that seems sweet and cheerful, but might be quietly draining your energy. Baby pink. Segment 3. Baby pink. The soft shade that might be softening you too much. Let me ask you something. Have you ever worn a color that was meant to make you feel soft, sweet, and feminine, but somehow you just ended up feeling invisible? That's exactly what baby pink can do. I know, it's hard to hear. Baby pink is one of those shades we're taught to love from a young age. It feels gentle, it feels lovely, and for many of us, it represents a kind of comfort, a reminder of kindness, youth, warm hugs, and maybe even the younger version of ourselves. But here's the truth. After 60, baby pink doesn't always love us back the way it used to. Let me tell you about Jane. She's 67, a proud grandmother and small business owner in Atlanta. Jane always adored soft pastels, especially pink. It made me feel approachable, she told me. Feminine, soft in a good way. She had a closet full of baby pink cardigans, pale pink scarves, soft blush lipstick. The works. But one day, she was scrolling through photos from her birthday brunch, and something felt off. I looked pale, washed out, almost like I was fading, she said. It shocked me, because inside I felt alive and joyful, but the color didn't reflect that at all. And that's the catch with baby pink. It's too soft. Our skin changes over time. The vibrancy we once had in our 20s and 30s begins to soften, and colors like baby pink can start to drain what little contrast we still have. Instead of making us look delicate, it makes us look dull. It blurs the contours of our face. It tones us down when we're finally ready to turn up. This is especially true for women with silver, gray, or salt and pepper hair. Baby pink doesn't provide enough visual energy. It creates what I call the powdered out effect, where everything looks pale and flat, like a photo with no filter and bad lighting. But listen, this doesn't mean you need to give up pink entirely, far from it. What you need is a pink with presence, a pink with passion, a pink that matches the bold, wise, radiant woman you are now. Jane made one simple switch. She tried on a coral pink wrap dress, same silhouette, same softness. But the moment she looked in the mirror, her face lit up. I looked vibrant, she said. Not younger, but stronger. Like me, just more visible. And that's the key. Stronger pinks, coral, rose, deep blush, even dusty mauve, have warmth, richness, and personality. They work with your natural tone, not against it. They bring your features forward. They make your smile brighter, your eyes sparkle, and your silver hair look like a statement, not an accident. Still love pastels? That's okay. Just balance them. Pair a soft pink blouse with a deeper lip color. Add contrast with statement earrings. Layer with a structured jacket in a bolder tone. Keep the sweetness, but add structure. You see, baby pink might have been perfect for who you were, but today you deserve a color that reflects who you've become, experienced, expressive, and entirely unforgettable. Because at this stage in life, you're not here to fade in. You're here to stand out. Up next, let's look at another shade that seems cheerful, but might be the silent culprit behind those "you look tired" comments. Pale yellow. Segment 4. Pale yellow. The color that looks sunny until you see the photos. There's a color many women over 60 reach for because it feels light, positive, and hopeful. It reminds us of spring mornings, daffodils, and sunbeams through a window. That color is pale yellow. And I want to gently tell you, it might be working against you. Let's be honest. We don't wear yellow to fade into the background. We wear it to feel happy, to show up to life with a little glow. So why is it that when we wear pale yellow, we so often feel the opposite? Let me share a story with you. Linda is 72, a retired chemistry professor from San Francisco. Smart, graceful, full of warmth. She told me, "In my culture, yellow represents prosperity, joy, and good luck. So I wore my favorite pale yellow sweater to my granddaughter's graduation. It was an outdoor celebration, lots of sunlight, lots of smiling faces. But when Linda looked at the photos the next day, she didn't smile. She paused. "I looked off," she said. "Not tired exactly, but dull, like the light had gone out of my skin. My hair looked gray, but not in a good way, just flat. I didn't see the woman I felt like inside." And I've heard this story so many times before. Pale yellow is deceiving. It looks soft and pleasant on the hanger, but on mature skin, especially with graying or silver hair, it tends to wash us out. It lacks the contrast needed to bring our features forward. It has no energy. It doesn't add warmth. It takes it away. If you have olive, golden, or even fair skin, pale yellow can make your complexion look uneven or sallow. If you have deep skin, it may blur into your undertones and leave you looking muted, not radiant. But here's the beautiful part. You don't have to give up yellow. You just need to choose the right kind. When Linda tried on a mustard yellow cardigan at my recommendation, her entire look changed. "I looked in the mirror and saw color. Not just in the sweater, but in my face," she said. "My cheeks looked lifted. My eyes looked brighter. Even my gray hair looked intentional." That's what deeper yellows do. Shades like mustard, goldenrod, saffron, amber, or warm honey have life. They reflect light back into your skin. They don't whisper. They speak softly but confidently. They energize your look without overpowering your grace. And they're surprisingly versatile. Mustard pairs beautifully with navy, chocolate brown, cream, even soft blush tones. Amber looks elegant with white jeans and a camel coat. And golden tones are perfect for jewelry, scarves, handbags, little touches that brighten your entire outfit. Start small. Add a golden scarf over your neutrals. Try a mustard blouse with your favorite jeans. Or swap your pastel yellow sweater for one with a deeper, richer hue. You'll feel the difference, not just in the mirror, but in the way people respond to you. Linda told me, "I wore mustard yellow to dinner with my old colleagues. One of them said, 'You look radiant. What's your secret?' I just smiled and said, 'I changed my light bulb.'" And that's the truth. Sometimes we just need a better light. So if pale yellow has been quietly dulling your shine, I invite you to rediscover yellow in its grown-up, glowing form. Up next, we're diving into a color that seems safe, crisp, and classic, but might be making you look colder, harsher, and just plain exhausted. Let's talk about icy white. Segment 5. Icy white, the clean color that might be draining your energy. There's something about white that feels almost sacred. It's the color of weddings, of fresh beginnings, of hotel sheets and sunlit kitchens. White represents purity, confidence, order. And for years, maybe decades, we've believed that a crisp white shirt was the ultimate wardrobe essential. But here's what most women don't realize. After 60, icy white, the kind that's bright, blue-toned, almost fluorescent, is no longer your ally. It becomes your harshest critic. Let me tell you about Margaret. She's 66, retired, graceful, with the kind of silver hair that turns heads in grocery store aisles. Margaret always had a uniform, tailored white blouses, pearl earrings, and a calm, elegant smile. It was her signature look. She used to say, "I wear white because it makes me look fresh, clean, in control." But one day, after Sunday service, her daughter pulled her aside and asked gently, "Mom, are you okay? You look a little pale." Margaret laughed it off, but later that night she looked in the mirror and paused. Not because she didn't recognize herself, but because she did. And what she saw was not the fresh, elegant woman she felt like inside, but someone a little drained. The light in her face? Dull. The softness in her eyes? Faded. The white shirt she'd trusted for years now seemed to be working against her. Here's what was happening. Icy white while clean and classic, creates sharp contrast against mature skin. It reflects cold light, casting subtle shadows in all the wrong places. Under the eyes, around the mouth, along the neck. It exaggerates lines and hollows. It flattens our glow, and instead of making silver hair pop, it can actually make it look yellowish or lifeless. It's not your face that's changed, it's the lighting you're putting next to it. But here's the beautiful part. You don't need to give up white. You just need to warm it up. Margaret decided to try something different. She swapped her icy white blouse for one in soft ivory, almost like candlelight on fabric. And the transformation was instant. "I didn't look younger," she said, "but I looked like I'd slept better, like I'd taken a deep breath. I looked like someone who's living well." That's the gift of warmer whites. Ivory, cream, pearl, ecru. These colors don't shout. They glow. They soften your features, smooth your complexion, and make silver hair look elegant and dimensional. Think less hospital light, more golden hour. And they're endlessly wearable. Pair an ivory blouse with camel slacks and gold accessories for a timeless, rich look, or a cream cardigan over a navy dress for Sunday brunch. The feeling is always the same. Warm, present, quietly powerful. Want a quick tip? When shopping, hold up the garment next to a plain sheet of printer paper. If the garment looks softer and warmer than the paper, it's likely ivory. Now hold it next to your face in natural light. If your skin looks more awake, your eyes brighter, that's your white. Because at this stage in life, you don't need to look crisp. You need to look alive, seen, lit from within. And icy white? It's too cold for your warmth. So don't be afraid to retire the old rules. The perfect white for who you are now is out there, and when you find it, you'll feel it instantly. Coming up next, let's wrap up everything we've learned today and talk about how just a few color shifts can completely transform the way you see yourself in the mirror and how others see you too. So let's take a moment to reflect. Just you and me. We've talked today about 5 colors, 5 seemingly innocent, even beloved shades that might have quietly been working against you. Faded beige, matte black, baby pink, pale yellow, and icy white. They've lived in our closets for years, maybe even decades. They've comforted us, helped us feel safe, invisible when we needed to be. But maybe now, it's time to step back into the light. Here's the truth no one really says out loud. You've changed. And that's not a bad thing. It's a beautiful thing. Your skin has changed, your hair has changed. But most importantly, you've grown into someone wiser, deeper, more powerful. And the colors you wear, they should reflect that. Not mute it. You don't need to chase youth. You don't need to try to look like you did at 35. The goal is to look like the best version of you right now. Not younger, just fully alive. And sometimes, all it takes is trading icy white for warm ivory, pale yellow for golden amber, baby pink for coral, black for navy, beige for camel. One small shift in color, one big shift in how you feel. So here's my invitation to you. This week, just try one change, one shade. Pull something out of your closet you haven't worn in years, or treat yourself to a blouse in a tone you've never dared to wear before. Stand in front of a mirror, in natural light, and look, not just at how it fits your body, but how it holds your energy. And then, I'd love to hear about it, seriously. Drop a comment below. What color used to be your go-to, and what are you curious to try next? Your story might be the exact nudge another woman needs to feel seen again. If this video helped you in any way, made you think, made you smile, or just reminded you that you're still evolving, I'd be honored if you'd hit that subscribe button. This community is full of women who are rewriting the rules of beauty, style, and self-worth after 60. Because growing older doesn't mean fading out. It means showing up in full color. And I think you're just getting started. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, Wear something that makes you feel radiant.